And the next guest I would like to welcome here is Dalibor Jajcevic from Austria. You're here, wonderful. Thank you very much. And you're talking about cloud-based multiphase flow simulation of a bioreactor.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my presentation about cloud-based multiphase simulation of a bioreactor. We are the part of the CloudFlow project. And first of all, actually, I would like to answer what is a bioreactor. A bioreactor is a device which supports a biological active environment. But
we are doing closer to the microphone.
Okay, but we are doing actually, we are producing living organisms like bacteria and cells. And it's widely used in pharmaceutical, chemical, and food industries. It's interesting that the large companies like Bayer, Pfizer, and the food and drink manufacturers like Nestle and Dalibor does not produce these devices. These devices are produced by SMEs, which are actually equipment manufacturers like Zetafaute, Vogelbusch, BR Pharma. And before I'm starting with this presentation, I would like to answer these three questions actually. What is the problem? The problem is actually because the bioreactor is usually customized. We have large scale, we have small scales, and this manufacturer from the pharmaceutical industry and the food industry are ordering customized bioreactors. And the manufacturer has the problem with scale up, scale down. And they are coming to the simulation and they please, can you carry out this simulation and take a look what's happened inside the bioreactor? And we have the problem that this is very complex simulation of the multiphase flow where we have air, we have the liquid, and we have to include all these effects in the simulation, and it takes a long time. And the industry does not have time to wait months for the calculation. That's it for the university, for the research work. We have to be very agile, and we have to produce our results within 1 week, right, let's say. And why the simulation? They want to know what is the mixing behavior, they want to know what happens inside, they want to know what happens in the scale up, scale down, if you take a new impeller design, old impeller design, and so on. We are evaluating some process criteria like KLA value, shear rate, we are taking a look at homogenization. And cloudification actually, that's the point why we are using that. It was interesting because we can use this HPC resource on demand. And we have a huge number of CPUs which are available, and this is the interesting for industry, for example, design of experimental analysis. We can run parallel variants of huge number of simulation in parallel, and we have full cost control actually. That's the important benefits from the cloudification. In these experiments, there are 3 companies, SES-Tec, Austria, which I'm representing. We are using simulation technology every day. We are a simulation technology consultant and service provider. We are working with all SMEs which do not have this simulation technology in-house. And AVL List is the software vendor, and we have HPC provider from Slovenia. First of all, let's take a look inside the bioreactor to get a feeling how it looks like this device. Bioreactor consists of a vessel, and in the middle of the bioreactor is the impeller, which is rotating and providing good mixing. We have the sparger at the bottom. Here we are putting the fresh air inside the system because the bacteria needs oxygen to grow, for example. That's it exactly how looks our model on the right side. You can see here, for example, computational mesh or grid, which we need at the beginning. We have the rotating part, we have the stator part, of course the field level, which can also be varied as a parameter, for example. And how we are working now in the house, this is our workflow, this is the project start time, end timeline. Before we are starting the simulation, we are preparing our geometry, all boundary conditions which we are in. We have also server in-house, but limited. And here, for example, we are sending our simulation to our servers, and after that we are taking a look at the results. The main problem is if we need simulation in a short time, especially if we have a huge number of variants for the DOA analysis, we have always problem with computational resources. This means we need more power, we need HPAC, and in very, very short calculation, in very short time actually, because we have several running projects in parallel. And what is the solution for this problem is actually cloudification. that we actually preparing the setup and geometry here on the left side still in the house, but over the network on the internet we are uploading our model to the HPC center like Slovenia, and we are running in the virtual machine the simulation on the HPC and the software. What is the benefit for us? We do not have to invest in the hardware, and also the licenses are actually used only on demand, because the licenses are very expensive for this software. And during this project we have also a very highly optimized workflow which saved us time. That's also a benefit from this project. The second benefit which we got from this project is due collaboration of all partners in the CloudFlow project. We have also a tool that we can analyze our results in web browser. This means if we send our results to cloud, we do not have to download these results back, because we are talking here about a CFD simulation which has 1 million of computational cells, and sometimes we need hours only to download these results. You need also the hardware resources in-house to save this data, to analyze. We have option here included that we analyze this data in the web browser from the 3D results, like here, also the 2D results. We can also follow our simulation during the calculation. We are taking a look at the residuals and the monitoring of some values which are important for us. So let's come to benefits and economic impact. Say we are using the simulation every day. We have hardware resources in this house, but always with the question: should we buy a new hardware, new licenses, or should we use the cloud? At the beginning of this project, I didn't really know this answer, and that was the opportunity for us to get all answers about the cloud computing, which is coming, which is the future. If you take a look, for example, here on this number, for only one server, only one computation using up to 16 CPUs, we need about 45,000 euros to invest. This is mainly related to hardware on the licenses. If you take a look at these costs, the cloud computing is still cheaper and cheaper. The value is about 1 year old. But this is the investment which we have to have at the beginning of the year, for example. If you are running the calculation in the cloud, you do not have these investments. And exactly for this bioreactor example, we have calculated that we are coming by 40 variants per year by break-even point. And this is what is the benefit actually for only one computer. But if you take a look, for example, DOE analysis, you have to run, for example, 25 variants in parallel. You need 25 times these costs. For SME like me or some other manufacturer, this is not possible. This means you can only have the hardware for the one variant, but for huge simulation variants, which is a benefit for real company, one simulation it's nothing. You have to always compare different simulation results, which are to get real benefit. And for the calculation time, actually, what is the save for us? We have resources in the house, for example, that we can run 5 simulations in parallel. And one simulation takes about 1 week, and if we need 25 simulations, we need about 5 weeks. That's not acceptable. And in the cloud, we can run these 25 simulations in the same time, and we have the results, all the results are in 1 week. That's the main benefit. What we are doing now, we are saving our customer this new services, and we are expecting really the increase per year about 50% of our turnover, and also we are addressing the customers to at least a face-to-face meeting. We are addressing customers to all other Visio Pharma, CPHI conferences, and we are talking about that. And we have already one new employee which is deals only with the cloud computing, because it's the other way of thinking in comparison with the old simulation methods. So let's summarize actually this presentation and to answer these 4 main driving questions, let's say. Why cloud computing? First of all, there is no investments and service costs. It's not only that we spend our money and buying hardware, you need also the personal resources for new software, always updating for the new installation. That has to be, sometimes it's very huge costs can be also. And it's always available 24 hours 7, is the cloud computing. And from the CloudFlow project, actually, the benefits for us was at the beginning of this project, I didn't have idea how works really cloud. Can I use my workflow which I have in house? Can I put it in the cloud and to get same results? I get this experience. It's not only for this project, for the bioreactor simulation. There is other huge number of applications which we can use, and this is very also important for us. We are generating new service area. We have produced the DOE results, and we are showing our customers, okay, that's it, the benefit of simulation, that we can perform this simulation, 25 simulation variants, and get these results. And the customer is saying this, see these results. It's something else if you only show the results and they're talking about in these bullets points, but if they see really benefit for them in the numbers, that's it. That's what bringing new project in the house. And I for MSc, I will go back to the discussion from Dr. Max Lemke. It was digitalization, and I will say cloudification. If you have a workflow, you cannot do that tomorrow. And that's it, the real benefit. We get opportunity to make cloudification of our workflow. We cannot do that in 24 hours in 1 week. We need time for that. I have worked on this project about 1 year, and still I'm trying to think how can I all other workflows to implement in the cloud. At the beginning, I didn't know that, and after 1 year later, I have answered of these questions. And I can see actually that opens a new area. There is no more need to invest in hardware in-house, which need place, which need air condition. There is power, which is also needed for that. And one is important also is for us is networking. That's it, not only from IFORMS, it's also from CloudFlow project, where we are connecting to each other. We are talking, for example, the solution in web browser is for me something new, and I can see, okay, it's working really, and that's what we are showing our customers is the benefit from this, and we are getting already new projects. Thank you.